What's up, guys? It's time for another edition of Hindsight is 2020 with your host, Lil Ross Stephen. This time for UFC Fight Night 86, Junior Dos Santos versus Ben Rothwell. As usual in this video, I'm going to go through my biggest regrets, my biggest successes for the night on my plays, the biggest disappointment, the biggest success on the night overall, and the biggest topics I think for the contest. This week was but before I get into it, there's a link, GoFundMe below. I'm trying to start up my cartoon, but I need some help with funds to get a new laptop and to upgrade my software and stuff, because I can't do flash animations on my current computer, and I need to buy a few cartoon slides from a professional animator. So donate to help me do that if I've ever helped you win money, or you're just rich as hell and you got it like that. Anyway, thanks for your donation if you do. But let's get into the fights and everything. This week was a bad week for GPPs. This was terrible. I had a lineup go for 370 points and not cash. It was 5 wins. Usually you get 5 wins. You think you do it, and I think I had 2 finishes in that entry. 2 finishes and 5 wins. That should be a big weekend. Didn't even cash. Now I won more money than I lost in GPP because I had one of the lineup go for 506 points. So really good there. But this is one of those weekends where I don't think one underdog won. Not one, unless Cummings was an underdog. I don't think he was. I think he was a favorite at the when the odds closed. So yeah, there wasn't one under, unless you want to count Junior Dos Santos and maybe Ngannou, but with their prices, they were about even, man. So there wasn't one big underdog winner this week, which weeks like that suck, because then it's about roster construction, and with all the heavyweights, I thought I would have an edge. I was just going to say, I know 4 of these 5 are finishing, or they're going to be big points. I'm sticking with all heavies, and I was right. But Alejandro Perez and Damian Stasiak finished. Not good. I don't regret, well, I'll get into that in a second, but yeah, that made this a very bad week for the GPPs. The $11,000 guys this weekend were a no-go. They were no good. Maverick Taisumov finished, but he made sure that you couldn't get all the heavyweight finishes that you need, or the heavyweight fighters, the 3 that you needed, which was Dos Santos, Lewis, and Dos Santos, Lewis, and you would have needed Ngannou maybe, or you would have needed Stasiak and Perez to really do well. And Taisumov made it hard to get those key guys in there. So Taisumov had an excellent performance. He's too expensive. That's something I realized. I didn't play him. I didn't think there was a way that he could meet value for real with all the heavyweight finishes I thought there would be, and I was just like, nah. I gave him the nah wave. So no Taisumov for me this week. I think that's why I was able to score 506 points on an entry. For my biggest regrets of this week, it's not playing Alejandro Perez. I played in Whistle, but I didn't play Perez. And I said heel hook, footlocker, bust. I just thought when the bust happened, Perez would at best win by decision, because he's not very powerful. But in Whistle, he really believes in that heel hook, and he got to get a new strategy, because it can't be heel hook or get pounded in the dust. Like that's the worst strategy ever. So in Whistle's got to get a new strategy. I wish I would have hedged that one, but I believed in Gonzaga. I believe he was going to win. And so I played I played him. He was my $10,000 guy. Him and Cannonier and Blachowicz. I wish I wouldn't have believed so much. I really thought he had an edge and he would get it to the ground and get mount and then get the submission. He got to the ground. He got mount. He took his back. If you told me that, I said, that fight's over. He couldn't finish. I played the fight even, so I'm not sad about the outcome, but at the same time, I didn't hedge any of my whistle entries because I believed in Blachowicz. But that would have been perfect if I would have taken out Gonzaga and put Perez in, and then take it out and then put Lewis in. That would have been perfect. And I think that would have been my best. Maybe that would have been my best entry by an inch or two. So I wish I would have done that. I just didn't think Perez was gonna finish. So I regret that. My biggest successes tonight was the way with which I played the heavyweights. I'm glad I did that. I hedged all the heavyweight fights. Glad I did that because those were some back and forth battles. Cannonier. Yeah, I don't. My biggest success of the night would have been I faded Tybura pretty hard. I didn't play none of him. I had a little bit of Timothy Johnson. I played everything the way I should have played it. But there wasn't anything I was exceptionally proud of this week that stood out from the rest of the field. I missed Stasiak, I missed Perez, but like I said, I wanted all those heavyweights because I knew those fights were finishing. So I wasn't really too much on the lighter weight guys because I thought they would at best go to decision. But I wish I wouldn't have been on Gonzaga so hard. I would have definitely been on Stasiak or Perez more. The biggest winner of this weekend was Alejandro Perez. He had 125 points at $10,100. He did a great job in taking in whistle out. The biggest loser was in whistle. He had he was $9,300, and 25% of people really believed that he was going to get that heel hook, and they went with it. I didn't believe it. I hedged that where I played whistle. I played Dalby, or I think I might have played Lewis in one case too. But I didn't necessarily believe he's going to get it done. I knew it was heel hook or bust. But Alejandro Perez was training at American Top Team. I knew there was a good chance that he wasn't going to be able to hit that with the training Perez was getting. I'm going to go ahead now and try and I got my phone right here if you don't see it. I'm going to try and pull up my best lineup here for the night. Oh, my biggest regret of the night while I'm pulling up this lineup was playing the main card only GPP. No more main card only GPPs for me. No good. Terrible. Horrible experience. You can't win if you play heavy volume, and you kind of gotta mix and match to get the right combination of people. No good. Don't do that. Don't play heavy volume in the main card slate ever. Don't play more than 3 or 4 lineups, or else you're not gonna come out in the plus. So no more main card GPPs for me. My best lineup was 506 points, which would have been good for 16th place in the Haymaker. I had Jan Blachowicz, Cannonier, Dos Santos, Lewis, and Ngannou. That was my best lineup on the night. 506 points. I had a lineup, like I said, I think I mentioned it, 370 points, didn't even cash. 5 wins and didn't cash. Crazy. So, this was a bad night for GPPs. I got first place in the main. I just played the main card in quarters, which I'm glad. I got first place, but I didn't come out in the plus because I played like 13 lineups. Bad deal. I lost like 50 cents or something. But that's why you play the quarter arcade until you get things figured out. So, but one thing I will say is main card and cash could be lucrative because it's all about roster construction. And if you can construct the right roster and get the right winners and pick the right fight to pick play two fighters in, because you're going to end up playing two fighters for one fight most likely. In most cases, you would do very well in main card cash. So I'm going to be on main card cash games in the future if I feel good about the slate, if I feel like I know what's going on. But yeah, I'm done with main card GPPs, and you should too. That's going to be it for the Hindsight is 2020 for this week. Like I said, donate to help fund my cartoon and help me expand this journalistic effort. And I'll see you guys next week for next week's card, which is on a Saturday, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. UFC on Fox 19. It's going to be Teixeira and Evans, and it's going to be a good week for GPPs. It's going to be hard to peg down what's going on that one. Yeah, it's going to be a good week to play GPPs. I don't know. It may be a good week for cash too, because there's some outcomes that I see. I don't know. I'm pretty confident in. So yeah, it's going to be a good night to play if you've done your research and you're reading around on Roto Grinders. You should do pretty well. So I'll see you guys next week. I'll see you guys this week for the pre-fight workout for UFC on Fox 19. Hope you guys keep tuning in and listening to the word around the Chevy in the parking lot. God bless all you guys.